Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out of here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the Drive-Thru. Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who'll be on the show here for this afternoon, evening. With us today, we've got Mitch outdoors in Maui. Enjoy the outdoors here this afternoon. We've got Big Al McMordie, Shane Mickle, Ruffolo service co-host, and El Ninos. And here's how they're going to line up for today. We've got Ninos, McMordie, Mickle, Ruffolo, Mitch, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, here we go. A lot of NBA on the board tonight. Chris? You're on mute, Chris. Somehow you went to mute. Let's see if Chris can get the sound going. Yep. No sound from Chris. No sound from Chris. Can't hear. Well, see, we'll give you some time to get that audio issue corrected. So let's get the show underway here. Let's bring in El Ninos. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs, where he's done some fine work over there. Let's see if we can bring in El Ninos right now. We'll go over to the Skype world. Al, what's happening?
Going good. How are you, Tony?
Doing fantastic. All right, here we go. We're going to the NBA tonight, 8:30 Eastern Time. The Spurs in a dogfight with the Lakers for that 10th seed. Although there was word here Anthony Davis should be coming back on Friday. So that should add some motivation here on the Spurs side. They're going to be hosting the Grizzlies here with Memphis laying 5, total 234.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight race. Definitely one to watch there for the last playing spots in the Western Conference. But looking at this matchup here, you got the Grizzlies, who have already clinched their playoff spot. But, still playing some really great basketball, even without their best player. Ja Morant's still out for this one. But this team looks like it's on the mission without him. They've not only been winning games, but they've been blowing teams out. Spurs coming in winners of 4 straight too, but I just been a little bit more impressed by what I've seen from these Grizzlies without their point guard. So I think this number opened up a little bigger than this, and wasn't liking it too much. But at 5, I think I like it a bit better, and willing to lay it here with the Grizzlies.
All right, now Ninos here is going to go willing to lay it here with the Grizzlies here. Going to take the Grizzlies here, laying 5 here against the San Antonio Spurs. All right, we know the Spurs issues here in the Western Conference. Let's take a look here at the Memphis Grizzlies here, as they're again, this is a situation where they sit second here in the Western Conference, and although they're kind of clear here of Golden State by 5 games, and it looks to me like they're gonna have a hard time getting to that number 1 spot. So interesting to see how Memphis plays here the rest of the way. It looks like they're almost nearly locked in at that 2.
Yeah, they are pretty much locked into that number 2, unless something really dramatic happens. But yeah, I just think they carry this momentum over, because these are guys that are playing for their minutes too once Morant gets back. So I think they keep playing well. I mean, why stop now when you got this momentum going? You don't want to give it up heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, Suns have clinched the West. Pretty much they've clinched home court throughout the Western and Eastern Conference. So they're going to have home court advantage here. So Memphis cannot catch the Warriors. They hold a 5-game lead in the loss column against Golden State here for that 3 seed, to hold on to the 2 seed, I should say. And of course, with 6 games, they have 6 games remaining. So at some point they're going to lock up that 2. But you think here Grizzlies here still laying the 5 against the Spurs?
Yeah, I don't think they rush Ja Morant back, but yeah, as I said, these guys have been playing well without him, so no need to slow down now, and I think we're laying a decent number here, so a reasonable number, I should say.
Yeah, it may be a little too early to start resting guys. You're not going to get in the play-in round, so you're going to look at about April 16th, 17th, at Easter weekend when the 1 through 6 go into action here in the playoffs. So laying 5 here against the Spurs. This one will have a start time of 8:30 Eastern Time over on NBA League Pass channel. All right, El Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium, where you're doing fine work here in the NHL. 1,126 units of profit in NHL, showing good profit over 900 units in the NBA as well. We got these 2 games. We got these 2 sports in action. It was a 6-game card from the NHL. We have 11 from the NBA. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I really like this NBA card a lot, so I have 5 plays there. I got 2 plays in the NHL, and so I have a 5-pack with my 3 best NBA, 2 best NHL. Or if you want all the NBA bets, you gotta get one of those long-term passes, or get the 2-for-1 capper specials.
That's right, guys. To get on board here with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's doing great work this year in the NHL and NBA, showing great profit for this season. You can visit his profile page over at Pick Dogs and go down to Pick History. You can see every play documented there on the site. Al's showing great profit. And of course, he has a 5-pack tonight, affordable pricing, $50 for his 5 plays, 5 best bets here. Throwing some NBA as well as NHL on that card on a 5-pack pass. Or again, you can buy these plays individually, or if you prefer the long-term pass, if you get that 7-day all sports pass, you're locked in here for the remainder of the NIT, the Basketball Classic Tournaments finals, as well as the Final Four and NCAA Tournament finals with that 7-day all sports pass, in addition to Al's 7 days of NBA and NHL there on the side. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. That's even greater value there. Al, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you again tomorrow. But I know you also contribute to that Puck and Crazy show.
Yes, I do. I was on there earlier today. If you want to go check out the replay of that show, if you missed it earlier. But yeah, check it out every weekday at 3:30 Eastern with Joe Madden, and usually got some great cappers giving out some good picks on there. So,
all right.
Yeah.
3:30 Eastern time. Check it out. You can follow the replay. There's some picks up there from the NHL card tonight from Al Ninos and Joe Madden and company. All right, Al, have yourself a great night. We'll talk again with you tomorrow.
Have a good one, guys.
All right, Al Ninos here on The Drive. Let's continue on with Chris. You get your sound back?
I hope so.
Yes, you did. He had the sound back, guys. This reminder, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it all gets started with that morning show, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, we've got Mitch with his 7 picks in 5 minutes. And then at 10:05, he joins Joe Madden as they have their sports betting discussion as well with picks and talk about a little bit of line moves, public fades. They get into some of the betting tools as well. Of course, we got the Puck and Crazy show, the soccer show with Ashley and Goran. Of course, Mitch has his betting tools show. He generates picks from his tools. And of course, it leads to us here at 6 Eastern time here with the drive through Monday to Friday. We always ask for your help, guys, with those likes, those thumbs up. It really helps us out, Chris.
Absolutely, Tony, it does, because at the end of the day, the people that give us the love and support are you guys, the ones that watch all of our live shows, all of our videos. So thank you guys for the love and support, because without you, Pick Dogs wouldn't be where it is today. So keep the love and support coming in form of those thumbs up and subscriptions. And to show you how much we appreciate it, we'll do another like goal today. 150 likes. I'm going to do a little bit different. We got 3 plays for you tonight. One from the CONCACAF World Cup soccer qualifiers. I know a lot of people don't love soccer, but there's a lot of money to be made tonight. And 2 NBA plays that we used our betting tools at Sports Chat plays to get. So, guys, get those likes in. We can make you some serious money tonight. I love these 3 plays.
3 plays here from Chris. Let's get those likes coming in. Let's get to our goal. Let's continue on here with the drive. Let's bring in Big Al McMordie. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs from Al. How you doing? Now to the end of March.
Doing well.
All right,
no
great.
Complaints.
No
My favorite
complaints.
time of year.
It is your favorite time of the year here. We just got just 3 more NCAA tournament games remaining, and you got till Saturday to get those in. All right, here we go. NBA tonight as we're winding down the regular season here. We're going to have the Thunder here to host the Hawks. The Hawks with something to play for. They're sitting around the 10th seed here, laying 12.5 total, 230.
Yeah, although it's Oklahoma City, that's the red-hot team. Oklahoma City has covered their last 7 games, and they're coming off an upset win against the Portland Trail Blazers. But that's actually why I'm going to go against OKC here, and I'm going to lay the points with Atlanta. When you take a look at how losing teams do, if they've covered 7 or more in a row, they're 56-80 against the spread. And also, if you take a look at how losing teams do off a win, if they're a home dog of +9 or more points, they're 85-138 against the spread. And then to cap it all off, when you take a look at the end of the season and the final 8 games of a season, if you've got a double-digit home underdog, those teams have gone 29-58 ATS dating back to 2004, including 0-9 ATS. So I think all of this adds up to a win by the Hawks tonight, and we're going to look for Atlanta to snap OKC's 7-game ATS win streak.
All right, Big Al here on Atlanta laying 12.5 here against the Thunder. All right, Chris, we know OKC out of the playoff picture. The Hawks sitting at the 10th seed. They have a shot to get to the 8th seed, 1 game behind the Nets. Of course, if you're in that 9-10 game, that's the sudden death game. You lose, you're out. Of course, that 7-8 game you lose, you still have a chance to get in.
Yeah, and I think the Hawks want to give themselves as best of a chance as possible. I think it goes without saying, but For me, I was looking at the total in this one. 230 just seems a bit too high with so much at stake for Atlanta. I don't think they're going to try to just run and outgun the Thunder, because let's be realistic with the Thunder. It hasn't taken much to really outgun and go past OKC this season offensively. So I think 230 is just a bit too high. I see this one finishing in the high 210s.
All right, Chris looks under here. I've got Big Al McMordie here. Hawks laying 12.5 against Oklahoma City Thunder. This one to have a start time of 8 Eastern time over on NBA League Pass Channel. All right, Big Al, let's go over at Pick Dogs. We're doing fantastic work here for 2022. 1,363 units of profit as we finish the month of March here with 1 day remaining, 2 days remaining. What do you have going on over at the site?
Got a lot going on tonight. I've got a triple pack in the NBA, coming off a nice win yesterday in the Clippers against the Jazz. And then I've got one play in hockey tonight. I'm 38-20, my last 58 on the ice. Overall, the last few days, I think 15-6 the last 21. And we're 6-0 our last 6 in college basketball. And looking ahead to the Final Four, I've got my 5-star college basketball game of the year. I didn't have a college basketball game of the year the previous 2 seasons. The last one I had was back in 2019 when Virginia beat Texas Tech. So this will be my first 5-star college basketball game of the year in 3 seasons, and it goes Saturday. And we'll be going for our – actually, I'm going to have a play in the NIT championship game tomorrow. So if we win that one, then we'll be going for our 8th college basketball winner in a row on Saturday. At worst, we'll be 6-1 our last 7 if we lose tomorrow in the NIT. So we're on a red-hot streak in college, and folks can get on board by joining for a week or for a month, and they can also team you up with one of the other champion handicappers here at Pick Dogs.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs. When you see the numbers here for 2022, 1,363 units of profit, showing great profit in college basketball as well. All documented. You can visit Al's profile page, scroll down to Pick History. Every play is recorded and transparent for you to check out. Of course, Al's showing profit last 30 days, last 7 days, coming off a winning day yesterday. Big plays up there tonight. NBA triple pack, a 3-pack up there. 15-6 run from Big Al from the NBA. Of course, he's got his hoops play, as he mentioned earlier, from college. Some NHL up there. Again, the best value here, instead of buying these plays individually, just getting a long-term pass. Big Al has his 1-week pass that'll cover you for the remainder of the NCAA tournament and beyond. Or if you get that 1-month all sports pass, it's the remainder of the tournament. You got the NBA. You get right into that first round. Those eight series there. Probably about 2 weeks into that first round series from the NBA playoff into the NHL regular season. Of course, almost 3 weeks of baseball, as baseball is going to start here just about 7 days away.
And of course, the USFL on April 16th.
April 16th. That's right. That's the weekend when the NBA playoffs have their 4 games on Saturday. So when they got those NBA games going on, those playoff games, they'll have the USFL coming up as well. Spring football is around the corner here, and I'm sure Big Al is scouring all the injury reports or the rosters. And
no, I haven't thought twice about it. I meant to go online. They didn't even have the schedules out yet, so I was going to go check. Yet last night I forgot to do it. I was going to go see if the league has even announced the matchups for the opening weekend yet.
Yeah, it'd be pretty interesting to check it out. All right, see some of the scrimmages. I'm sure some of these team websites will probably have some updates up there as well. If you want to find out about the USFL, I'm sure they'll keep the fans informed. All right, Big Al, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you on Thursday.
You got it. Big Al McMordie here on the Drive to. Let's continue on our coverage with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our like goal? If you're signed in, oh, you are okay. You were in statue mode there for a second.
I've been having issues all day, Tony. But that's nothing new for me. But we got 33 likes right now. Got 102 people watching. So we're not at that point where if everybody that was watching just clicked the like button, we'd be at our goal. But we're getting there. So get those likes in, whether we hit our goal or not. But I think we will. Each and every like helps us out tremendously. So guys, keep those likes coming in. But as far as our goal goes, we're at 38 likes right now.
All right, keep those thumbs up coming in. Let's continue on here with the show. A special Wednesday appearance from Shane Mickle himself. Shane, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great. All right, here we go. You got something to cheer about up there in the north here with this Timberwolves team. They're going to be on the road here facing, whose team, at 7:30 Eastern time. The Raptors are the favorites, 2.5, total 229 here. This is a battle.
Yeah, this is a game that was almost a premium play for me here, and it might be a homer pick, but I really like the Timberwolves in this game. The Timberwolves are the elite offensive team, but they've also proven when, especially late, when a game does go a little slower, they can have a little success. just a couple games ago against the Mavericks. In a slower paced game, they only gave up 95 points to the Mavericks, and I'm sure the Raptors are going to try to slow them down here. But I still think that the Timberwolves can actually play a lot of defense here. Their defense gets a bad rap because of how many points they give up, but a lot of that has to do with the pace they play. Defensive rating wise, their stats are pretty solid on that side of the ball, and I think they'll continue that here. No matter what pace is played, I like the Timberwolves getting the points here, and I'm even going to sprinkle a few dollars on the money line. But for the free play, I'll take Timberwolves getting the points.
All right, Timberwolves taking the points here, plus 2.5 against the Raptors. All right, Chris, one team's a 6 seed, one team's a 7 seed. Both teams trying to finish with a 6 seed to securely get in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why I wasn't really going to be looking at putting much money on this game, if at all. I mean, you can make the case either way here, but I think, again, I'm going to lean towards the total here. I think I'm going to lean towards the under, just because I think it's 229, just too many points for the Raptors' style of play. Like Shane said, they like to slow teams down, and also, again, like Shane said, the Timberwolves have been able to play some solid defense. It hasn't always been offense that's been able to get the job done. So I think 229 just a bit high. I could see this one finishing, again, high 210s, maybe low 220s.
Chris looks a little under, and of course Shane here on Minnesota T-Wolves plus 2.5 against the Toronto Raptors. This one to have a start time of 7:30 Eastern time over on NBA League Pass channel. All right, Shane, let's go over at Pick Dodge Prim here for tonight's action here on a Wednesday. 11-game card from the NBA. ESPN has a doubleheader. We have about 6 from hockey. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, I've got a late day today. Just 3 NBA games. One of those NBA games is key for me. I've got my NBA total of the month. I've got that individually in a package. My favorite total of the entire month. And then I also have that play, and that's $34.99. Then I also have that play along with my 2 other NBA plays in the package, $39.99. Or hop on something long-term, I preached about it yesterday, but I'll say it again. If you get that 7-day pass, you'll get everything to the national championship, and then you'll get all my NBA, probably a few NHL plays in that, and that's definitely your best bang for your buck. So hop on something long-term, and let's make some money together.
That's right, guys. Going to board with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, he has his plays up there tonight, a 3-pack from the NBA, total of the month as well. But again, as Shane was talking about, the long-term passes, that 7-day all-sports pass should lock you in for the remainder of the NCAA tournament. We got those 2 minor tournaments concluding tomorrow. If Shane has premiums on those, you'll get those as well as all his NBA and AHL for the 7-day period. Your best value there over at Pick Dogs Premium is get that long-term pass, that 7-day pass. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion for even a greater value there. You can match up Shane here with Big Al, with Chris, with Little Al, with Big Al McMordie. You've got Tony Brown. 2-for-1 cap promotion, your best value at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Shane, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you next week, but I know at some point you do contribute to the weekend shows.
Yeah, even more rare than a Wednesday appearance seems to be the weekend appearance, but I think this weekend will be fun. I'm finally home, and it'll finally be a weekend, so I should be on both days for the weekend show, so make sure to check me out there too. Ice
is melted out of the ponds and lakes already?
Yeah, it's we're actually in thunderstorms today, so yeah, we switched from ice season to rainy season, I guess.
There you go. All right, Shane, enjoy the week. We'll talk next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend, guys.
You got it. Shane Mickle here on the drive to. Let's continue on here with Chris. Chris, where do we sit? I know your lakes and ponds are still frozen out there, right? And he froze just in the nick of time.
Right now.
What is it?
Yeah, I'm just as frozen as the ponds out here. No, we're working on defrosting them, but our weather's been so up and down. Even since I came back from Vegas, I have no explanation for it. But one thing that is heating up is our like goal. We're at 65 likes right now, 122 people watching. Still got some work to do. We're about halfway through the show right now, but as we can still hit our like goal, 150 likes, get you 2 NBA plays for tonight's action, as well as a World Cup qualifier from the CONCACAF region. Like I said, qualifying may be coming to an end for the World Cup. I know soccer isn't everybody's favorite, but there is lots of money to be made tonight. I think we can make money with those 3, but we need about 80 more likes to get there.
Yeah, our crowd here wants to make money. There's no doubt about that. I mean, you bring up money, they're all ears, so don't even worry about whether. Don't even have to apologize for making a CONCACAF pick here with this audience. This is a pretty knowledgeable group here. They understand, hey, if I can make money, I'm going to bet it. All right, let's continue on here with the drive-thru. It's Chris, front and center. So let's go ahead, Chris, and let's get your game information up tonight as we go to the ice here with the Sharks on the road here facing the woeful Coyotes here. with the Sharks $1.65, total 6.
And Tony, I don't think you could have used a better word to describe the Arizona Coyotes than woeful right now. This was a team that was providing us with some really good value, no less than I'd say a couple of weeks ago. But now the Coyotes are looking more like the Coyotes that we've come to know and love over the course of the season. The team that's been playing for ping pong balls, as the Coyotes are now losers of 6 in a row and basically haven't won a game in the last, I'd say, just over 2 weeks. And in those 6 games, the Coyotes have scored a total of 9 goals, and simply put, regardless of what time period in the NHL you played in, 9 goals over a 6-game stretch is not going to win you many hockey games. Now, the San Jose Sharks are a team that I have bashed openly. There's been no denying that. Anyone who's watched our hockey videos at Pick Dogs or just knows me in general knows that I'm just not a fan of this San Jose team. But the reality is the San Jose Sharks have won 9 straight games as favorites. And when you're standing in front of the San Jose Sharks as a favorite, usually they're favored for a reason. The Sharks have been beating up on teams, that they should beat up on, and realistically, the Sharks team is the only team with any sort of playoff aspirations still left. And I just think this is a spot where you take the Sharks. I know minus 149 or minus 150, whatever it's at right now, maybe a little bit steep for some folks. You could take the San Jose Sharks to win this one in regulation. You're getting even money in that. I think it's definitely a viable option. Or if you're someone that looks to get a little bit more value, you could take the Sharks on the puck line, laying a goal and a half at plus 165. Just given the Coyotes' offensive struggles lately, I think both of those are great options.
All right, Chris here on Sharks to win in regulation plus 100, and then take them on the puck line minus 1.5 goals plus 165 against the Arizona Coyotes. Yeah, it's hard to argue that when you kind of look at this Arizona outfit here. They've been outscored by 2 goals or greater. Here we're looking here at a 6-game losing streak. In 5 of those 6 games, they've dropped by 2 or more.
Yeah, I think you're just starting to see now the part of the season that we see in most sports where one team kind of realizes, the spot that they're in, and they're just playing out the string. I know some people say, well, these guys are professionals. They have pride. They're not just going to roll over. But at a certain extent, you kind of know where you're headed. And I think the Sharks, they know that they've kind of dug themselves into a little bit of a hole here, but you got to take advantage of winnable spots, and this is a winnable spot for the Sharks. And James Reimer, he has been, a mercurial goalie for the Sharks this season. He hasn't been his best at times, but he's been playing better lately. Since the last time he faced the Coyotes, he's got a .920 save percentage, and with the Coyotes struggling offensively, that could be more than enough to get the Sharks a convincing win here.
Sharks to win in regulation plus 100. Take them on the puck line as well, minus 1.5 goals plus 165 against the Coyotes. This one will have a start time of, I don't know. What time is it going to start?
I think it's 10 Eastern.
10 Eastern time. You can watch it over on ESPN Plus. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Preview here for tonight's action. Of course, we have 6 on the ice as well as 11 NBA games. What do you have going on over at the site?
I've kind of forgot what time it started too, but tonight I got an NBA 3-pack, my Wednesday NBA 3-point play. Like I said yesterday, we were going to take care of business in the NBA, and we did just that. I'm looking to do it again tonight. Funny enough, I was just scouring the Sports Chat Plays pages. Number 1 last 7 days in the NBA, up 665 units. Hoping to build on those numbers tonight. Like I said, you can get that 3-pack for $39.95 because I'm just so confident I've actually guaranteed that package. So you profit or you get a credit to use with me tomorrow or whoever else you want to. But that's over at Pick Dogs Premium, as well as the long-term passes, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, all the way up to a year. Like we mentioned, the 7-day will now get you the national championship of the college hoops. The month will get you well into the first couple weeks of baseball season. The year gets you full seasons of all the major sports for about $100 a month. The 2-for-1 capper deal is an option as well. 2 great cappers for 1 great price. You got 3-day, 7-day, or 30-day. You could pair me up with Tony T, do the host duo. You pair me up with Mitch. You could, pair me up with Big Al, Little Al, Shane. Any of us were going to make you money. You just got to check out the 2-for-1 capper promotion to get 2 of us for 1 awesome price. And my MLB season pass still up there for the preseason special, $4.99. As that package is going straight up as soon as we hit the first pitch of opening day. So check everything out over at Pick Dogs Premium. I promise you won't regret it.
That's right. When Chris says preseason special, he means it. So when's that first pitch in Game 1 on April 7th? It's probably the Reds, right? They're usually the one that started off at 9 or at 12 Eastern time, and then it's over. So you better jump on that board right now. It's a great value here for Chris's MLB season pass, $4.99 for all that action from baseball, including the postseason. I don't know, we're going 7-8 months into the baseball season. It's a lot of premium plays here from Chris. Probably the most premium picks of any sport is in baseball, right?
It's either that or college basketball. Those are 1 and 2, but yeah, definitely 20. 162 game schedule. I think it leaves a lot to be had for a season pass.
Don't forget the postseason. It's
That too.
More postseason games as well this year. So get on board with Chris Ruffolo. That pass we talked about. If you want to play tonight, he does have his NBA 3-point play up there over at the site. His 3 best bets in a 3-pack from this 11-game card from the NBA. Of course, the long-term passes are in play as well. That 1-month pass will get you the remainder of the NCAA tournament. Of course, that'll also get you into the first round of the NBA playoffs, as well as the end of the NHL playoffs, and about almost 3 weeks of baseball, as baseball is just around the corner. April 7th is upcoming for that first pitch. So get on board with Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs. And again, you can add that second capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. Makes it even greater value there. All right, Chris, let's continue on. Where do we sit with our like goal?
So we're at 85 likes right now, 135 people watching. So we only need about, as you do my quick math here, 65 more likes to get the 3 plays for tonight's action. Like I said, a CONCACAF World Cup qualifier that's sitting at some major plus money right now, and 2 NBA plays that I think we can make some money with tonight. But we got to get to 150 likes to get there. Right now we are at 90.
All right, let's continue on here with the drive-through. Now, we're going to bring in this gentleman. He's done shows from Costco. I think he said he's done the shows at the dentist. He's done shows at the hospital. Now we got him at the dog park. Mitch, what's happening?
Well, we're in the car from the dog park. This is actually, of all the shows I've ever done, it's my first car show. We see a lot of people do these from the car, iPhone, car, or whatever kind of phone they have in the car. But this is my first car show that I've ever done. So
all right. It's a first here for Mitch in the car.
It's a first, yeah. Normally I have a place. I'm trying to find myself on the screen here. There we go.
There we go. The cool shades going out. I'm out on the way home from the dog park. All right, Mitch, here we go tonight at 10 Eastern time. This is your doubleheader game on ESPN. Features the Warriors against the Suns. The Suns here laying 5, total 221.
I'll tell you, this is a pick that I gave out as my YouTube premium pick today. So extra bonus for all of you guys. No like goals. Leave that to Ruffolo. I'm just giving it out to you guys. I'm also going to have a nice giveaway tomorrow. So be sure to watch my 7 free picks in just 5 minutes. Be sure to watch all those shows that Tony mentioned. I'm going to have it in the newsletter, but I'm going to really give it out everywhere. So be sure to, stay tuned for that. Like I said, it's going to be one of the better giveaways that we do. And I think you guys will be excited about it. But anyways, going to head to this one between the Warriors and the Phoenix Suns. The Suns have the best record in the NBA right now. Not a ton to play for at this point. The Warriors, well, I don't think they're overly concerned with playoff positioning either. But the thing that we know about the Warriors is these guys are champions, and they love to make a statement. And it's like, to them, it's like they're not just going to lay down here to the Phoenix Suns. And I expect for the Warriors to leave it all out on the court. We're getting points here at home with the Warriors. They've covered 6 in a row in the underdog role. I'm going to take the Warriors here with the points, and I think they got a shot on the money line. But as aggressive as I generally am with the money line, I'm going to take the points as well, just in case.
All right, points as well, but the Warriors money line plus 165 against the Suns, which have already clinched home court. They've clinched the West, and they have a 9-game lead on Memphis with only 7 to play, which means Memphis can't catch them. So Chris looks like they've wrapped everything up, Chris.
Yeah, they have wrapped a lot up, and I think it's going to be a good game despite no Steph Curry. But I'm looking at the over here. We've seen big games from Klay Thompson and Draymond Green without Curry in the lineup, and we've also seen how well the Phoenix Suns can perform when they're at full strength. So I think 222 just a bit low for these two sides. I got to go with the over in this one.
All right, looking over, of course, Mitch here on the Warriors money line plus 165 against Suns. Also like to just take the points as well. All right, Mitch, would you give us an update here on what's happening over at Pick Dogs?
Well, we're still waiting on some new releases from some of the betting tools that'll be coming out in the next, well, whenever they come out. Player pages, matchup pages, live betting, all kinds of good stuff coming out. I think you guys are going to really like it. And I know the betting tools have been well received. As I've been saying about the betting tools, even the people that hate me love the betting tools. So it's like, when you have the trolls leaving comments how hot the betting tools are, well, I think you've accomplished a lot more than just a solid product. So I'm really excited about the betting tools. I'm excited that they're 100% free, and I'm excited that it gives you guys a chance to get on some winners courtesy of us. Just because they're free for you doesn't mean they're free for me. But I'm happy to spend the money for you guys to have this.
Very good. Yeah. So check out those betting tools over at the tab for Pick Dogs and its Sports Chat Place. They can click the tab there for that. Of course, there's baseball on the way. What can we expect from the betting tools as baseball is just around the corner?
Well, if you look at the betting tools, a lot of the same things that we already have set up for the other sports we'll have for baseball as well. And, we'll be ready to go opening day. We already have the streaks are already up there for the opening day schedule. So, we'll have that. We'll have the player props. We'll have the standings. We'll have the angles. We'll have just about everything. Baseball is a very stat-driven game. There's tons of prop betting in baseball. And with the new format that we'll be releasing, like I thought it's supposed to be this week, but it's already getting midweek, so I'm not exactly 100% sure when it's coming. We'll have more prop bets available than ever before. Prop bets than any one website of our competitors could possibly do. I'm really, really excited about it, and we've been doing mostly keying prop bets off of our friends. Shopping the books, something that we encourage you to do, allows you to look at more than just one set of prop bets as well. So we're going to start incorporating more books to allow for more different sets of prop bets. We found that DraftKings, a company that we're very close to, that we do other work with, has some great prop bets there for everybody. So we're going to incorporate them as well.
All right. Before I let you go, Mitch, I got to ask you one baseball question. Any surprise team for this year?
I would say, last year my surprise team was that the Padres were going to be really bad. I'm not sure if we have anything that golden this year, but I don't know. Haven't really thought it all the way through, but I'll go with the Marlins. There's always value there with that young pitching staff.
All right. Keep an eye on the Marlins. All right, Mitch. It's always great having you show. Have a safe drive home. We'll tune in. We'll tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time with your 7 picks in 5 minutes, and then your show with Joe. And of course, we'll check out all the videos that go up tonight. All right. That was Mitch here on the drive. So let's continue on here with the show with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
I'm telling you, we still got a little bit of work to do. Got 107 likes, 185 people watching. So we are at that point where if everybody that was watching that just clicked the like button, we'd be more than that at our goal. So keep those likes coming in. We can get to 150 likes. We'll get to a World Cup qualifier play for tonight, as well as 2 NBA plays that we can make some money with. But we need about 38 more likes to get there.
38 more likes, guys. Keep them coming in. We greatly appreciate it. And let's continue on here with the drive-through. And now it's time for my pick. So let me go ahead and get the game information up for you here. As you see right now, we've got the Celtics and the Heat. One of the marquee matchups tonight over on ESPN. Boston here laying 5. The total sits here at 213.5. This Boston team has just been on fire. And what can you say about them? I just want to keep an eye here on Tatum here and let's make sure that they're going to play, because they've been in green. Looks like they've been playing for most of the day, Brown and Tatum. But I'm just going to refresh again and just give me the right information here, because it's all signs point to them playing in this game. And matter of fact, they are in the expected lineup here. We know Williams is out. Martin will be out here for the Miami Heat. But I'm not going to go against. I'm going to stick here with this. With that Celtics team, they've just any spot they seem to come through. They even came through when they had their guys out of the lineup against the Raptors, right? I mean, they were 3.5, and of course this Miami Heat team. This is an outfit that's just confusing me. They look great out of the box, and there's been some inner turmoil amongst the team. I know they had that big win here against Sacramento of late, but when you kind of look at this Heat team, They have failed to cover, 7 of their past 8. And when you look at the numbers, 21st in offensive efficiency, their net ratings -1 over this time period. And look at the Celtics here. They've been on fire here. They come off that loss to the Raptors, but they did cover that game. They had a 6-game win streak, so over that 7-game period, we're looking at a net rating of about +18. And they pounded the T-Wolves. So I'm gonna lay it here, Chris, with Boston.
Yeah, Tony, I can't fault you for it. I think this is a solid play as well. The Celtics. It just doesn't matter to see who you put in front of them. They set everybody down. They've been doing it since the All-Star break, and the Miami Heat. You can say they beat the Kings, but I need to see more than beating the Kings before I really get that memory of that fight against Golden State out of the back of my mind. And now going on to take a red-hot Celtics team at home. It's going to be a tall task even for the Heat, who are in that mix in the top 4 for playoff positioning. So I think it's going to be a big statement game tonight, and I like the Celtics to come out on top and get the cover as well.
1 game separates the Heat, Bucks, Celtics, and 76ers in the loss column for the number 1 seed in the East. Okay, for home court advantage throughout the Eastern Conference, 1 game separates them all. And we're looking here with the Celtics. They've played already, 76 games, which means there's only 6 games remaining for them. So this is a big game, Chris.
Yeah, Antonio, sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. I also remembered watching the end of that 76ers game last night. I believe I heard the commentary say the Sixers don't play anybody out or inside of the top 6 the rest of the season. So they have a quote-unquote easier schedule. So you got to think that every other team in that top 4 is going to be trying to take advantage of whatever spot they can. They can ill afford to slip up anywhere.
Absolutely, guys. Celtics laying 5 against Miami. This one will have a start time of 7:30 Eastern time. This one is your doubleheader game over on ESPN, game number 1. We got you game 2 with Mitch's play. We'll get you that one during the recap. All right, let's continue on here with the drive-through. Join with Chris. And Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
I'm telling you, we got a little bit of work to do still. The Princeton offense might have to be pulled out tonight. Got 128 likes, 191 people watching. So, guys, we need about 22 more likes by the end of the recap to get you guys those 3 plays for tonight's action. But like I said, a World Cup qualifier tonight and 2 NBA plays that I think we can make some money with. We used the betting tools at Sports Chat Plays to help get there. So, guys, some money to be made tonight, but we need your help to get there. We need 17 more likes. 17
more likes here during the recap. Keep these thumbs up coming in. Let's get to the recap here with Chris and I. Let's bring the picks up for tonight's show. All right, we started out with El Ninos. Al was on the Grizzlies here, laying the 5 against the Spurs. Big Al McMordie, Hawks, laying 12.5 against the Thunder. Shane Mickle, T-Wolves, plus the 2.5 against the Raptors. Chris here goes with the Sharks to win in regulation, plus 100. And take them on the puck line, lay the -1.5 goals, plus 165 against the Coyotes. Mitch was on the Warriors money line, plus 165 against the Suns. He also said take the points in that one as well. And then yours truly, Celtics laying the 5 here against the Miami Heat. All right, we're still a little shy of that goal, Chris.
Yeah, Tony, we got 146. So we're pretty much we're just about at our like goal.
All right, let's get to those. Let's get those 4 thumbs up here, those 4 likes to get to the extra bonus picks. So let's go to Chris first. Chris, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, I think Al Ninos and I are on the same page, and Tony knows from you what that means. So I'm gonna take the Memphis Grizzlies here, laying the 5. Like I say, the Grizzlies. I think they're 18-2 without John Morant in the lineup this season. And since Morant last went down, they're winning their games by an average of 25 points per game. I'm not saying that happens tonight, but I think the Grizzlies just keep the momentum going into the postseason.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that pick there. I think I'm with you guys. I'm going to pile on with that Grizzlies player laying the 5 against the Spurs. Of course, the Spurs, a team that has their issues defensively, and of course, Memphis has been on fire here. Even though it looks like they do have the number 2 seed locked, and I think when we talked about that, when we looked at the standings here, right now, up-to-date standing, Memphis with 75 games played, which means they play 82, so they're still at 7 games remaining. They can't catch the Suns, but they hold a 5-game lead in the loss column over the second-seeded Warriors. Of course, that 2 and 3, 2 plays the 3 if they each advance in the first round. If that's the case, then Chris and Memphis would hold home court in that series.
And not only that, Tony, I think Al made a great point when when you guys were talking about that game. You have guys that are still playing for minutes which in the playoffs I think are a lot more valuable, at least from just a pride perspective, or maybe even a contract perspective. But I just think that the Grizzlies have never really been in a position where they can take their foot off the gas and sort of coast to the playoffs a little bit. So I don't know if this team knows how to take a game off. I think if I can really sort of put it that way.
All right, there we go. We agree there on the Grizzlies. Looks like, Chris, we've made our live goals, so let's get the plays.
All right, well, Tony, the first game we're going to look at, let's get that World Cup qualifier out of the way. We're going to look at the Costa Rica and USA matchup. And sorry for my USA fans here, but I'm going to take Costa Rica. There's very little for any team in these four matchups tonight to play for because the top four is pretty much decided. But Costa Rica is in fourth place in the World Cup qualifier in the CONCACAF region right now. The top three spots automatically go to the World Cup, and the fourth spot has to play. I believe it's like the Australia or the Asian
Oceanic.
The Oceanic. There you go. The Oceanic region in an intercontinental playoff to determine who goes there. Now, the only way that Costa Rica can leapfrog the U.S. and put the U.S. in fourth is if the Costa Ricans win by 6 goals tonight, which I don't see happening. But Costa Rica, they can maybe catch Mexico if Mexico gets caught with their head down here. And from a trends perspective, USA winless in 10 qualifying trips to Costa Rica. Costa Rica's won 9 of those games. I think we're getting great value at plus 260 with Costa Rica. And even if you don't want to take a chance that this game ends in a draw, you can take Costa Rica on the draw no bet line. That basically means if the game finishes in a draw, it's basically a push. Reduces your payout on Costa Rica to plus 140. But I still think there's great value on either of those. So we'll go with Costa Rica. And our 2 NBA plays for tonight. First, we're going to go to that Suns and Warriors matchup. And I'm going to take the Suns in the first half. The Suns, just a really solid team in the first 24 minutes. And the Warriors this season, 32-41-3 against the spread in the first half. I think the Suns just come out on fire early. I think the Warriors are a second half team even when they're healthy. So I like the Suns laying the 3.5 in the first half in that game. And the other game, well, we're going to look at the Heat and Celtics matchup that Tony just talked about. I'm going to look at the over 213.5, 214.5, whatever you can get it at. I just think this is a spot where the Celtics going to maybe struggle to defend the paint with no Robert Williams in there. We saw Pascal Siakam and the Raptors have a field day in the paint. I think Bam Adebayo and the Heat could really enforce their will inside. But I also expect the Celtics to pour on the points as well. I could see the Celtics getting into the mid-110s, maybe even closer to the 120s here. I think 214.5 just way too low for this line. So I'm going to take the over there. So those are going to be your 3 plays tonight. Costa Rica on the money line or on the draw no bet line for a little bit of less even money or plus money. We're going to take the Suns against the spread in the first half and the Heat and Celtics over the total.
All right, there you go, Chris Ruffolo. You mean no pick from Canada and Panama?
I could take. See, here's the problem. Here's the problem with that Canada-Panama game. Canada's already clinched. They're already going to the World Cup. I believe the game's in Panama, so I think Panama's got a lot more pride to play for at this point. Panama, I think, is also finishing last in that group, though, or in 6th. So there's really not much more to play for other than pride at that point. So I would maybe lean towards the under in that game if anybody wants a pick from Canada, Panama. But I think Costa Rica is probably the strongest play on the board.
Probably see a lot of the reserves from Canada going in there. But again, if you finish first in the group, that's something to be proud about, right? You finish ahead of Mexico and the U.S.
You know what? And I will say this, not just being a Canadian fan, this is what Canada fans have been waiting for since the last time that Canada made the World Cup in 1986. There have been years with heartbreak where we just missed the top group. I remember we had a chance to qualify with a draw against Honduras, and I think we lost that game 6-1 or something like that. So it's been a long time coming for Canada, but I think finishing above the U.S. and Mexico is a big statement for this national team.
Yeah, definitely. That'll do for this edition of the Drive Thru. We'd like to thank Chris for the plays and, of course, all the audience out there for your support. With those likes and those thumbs up, we greatly appreciate it. That'll do it for this edition of the Drive Thru. We're back tomorrow again at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll bring in the crew from Pick Dogs. We'll have Handicappers booked on the show, giving out live free sports picks for the games in prime time. Don't forget, it always gets started every single day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Mitch with the 7 picks in 5 minutes. Then Joe Madden joins the show with the Sports Betting Pick Show, picks, line moves, public fades, a lot of talk about the industry, betting tools. And then, of course, we got other shows as well. Puckin' Crazy with Joe Madden, the Soccer Show, Ashley and Goran, what a couple they are. working couple, I should say, as well as we've got the Betting Tools show with Mitch. So be sure to tune in to lead up to our show here at 6 Eastern Time. All right, let's bring in the crew from today's show. We're going to go ahead and just wave yourself goodbye. Have yourself a great afternoon. We'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.